What's up guys, Justin here of Tech, and the OPPO A76 has been officially released in the Philippines, sporting a 6.56-inch screen with a 90Hz refresh rate, a Snapdragon 680 chipset, and a 5000 mAh battery with 33 watts super VOOC fast charging. For an SRP of 11,999 pesos, is it worth it? Let's find out in this review. Before we talk about the device itself, let's see what's in the box first. Sliding out the sleeve and lifting up the lid, we're first greeted with the usual smaller box that contains the SIM ejector tool, the manuals, and a free jelly case. And then we get the unit itself. After that, we get the USB Type-C cable and a power brick. That's pretty much it. Now let's talk about the design. Just like most OPPO mid-range smartphones today, the A76 has a smooth matte finish back cover with a charming OPPO Glow technology. Then also here at the back, you can find a protruding dual camera setup at the top left corner. It's available in glowing black or glowing blue colorways, which is what we have. We love how this design is fingerprint and dust resistant. However, do take note that the back panel is slightly slippery, so we highly suggest putting a case on. Now the phone feels very thin and has the right amount of weight. It's reasonably slim, making it pretty comfortable to grip and easy to slip into pockets. Flipping to its screen, you will see the 6.56-inch IPS display with slim bezels and a slightly thicker chin part. There's also a large punch hole notch on the upper left for the 8-megapixel selfie camera, while found at the top of the display by the bezel is of course the earpiece. Now for buttons and ports, on the left side are the volume rocker, and just above it is a triple card tray for 2 nanoside SIM cards and a micro SD card. Meanwhile, on the right side is the power button that also doubles as a fingerprint scanner. The buttons are made of plastic, yet they're firm and clicky. They're also easily reachable since they're placed near the middle of the frame. On the top part is a secondary microphone, while down at the bottom there's the 3.5mm headphone jack, main microphone, USB Type-C port, and the loudspeaker. Alright, taking a closer look at the display, we get a sizable 6.56-inch IPS LCD panel with a 90Hz refresh rate, a resolution of 1612 by 720 pixels, and a pixel density of 269 pixels per inch. Its 180Hz touch sampling rate provides good responsiveness and is very useful in usage scenarios such as playing games. Unfortunately though, the quality is stuck at HD+ only. But hey, the display is still bright enough to use indoors and outdoors, the colors are vibrant, and it offers good viewing angles thanks to its sizable screen. As usual, this display is customizable, from the screen color temperature to screen color mode and up to dark mode settings that let you set how dark you want to go. Also in the display settings, you can switch between the gentle or vivid color mode and adjust the refresh rate to the standard 60Hz if you want to save more battery life. What's missing though is an always-on display feature that we've seen on the OPPO A74 and OPPO A95. Audio-wise, the phone has a single downward-firing speaker that emphasizes the mids for better phone call reception. But the rest of the sound profile is nothing to write home about. The audio jack has mercifully stayed in this phone, so you can use your favorite pairs when you want a better sound experience. Running the software department is ColorOS 11.1 that's based on Android 11. Unlike previous ColorOS versions, there are tons of customization options here where you can change the icon styles, app layout, fingerprint style, change the font, and colors. Like usual, there's also an app drawer option in the settings, and you can easily adjust the navigation buttons the way you want them to be arranged. It also comes with a few bloatware and tons of pre-installed apps like Facebook and Messenger, which can be removed after setup, as usual. Storage-wise, out of the 128GB that we get, we're left with 108GB out of the box, which is still more than enough for casual users. Under the hood, the OPPO A76 is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 chipset, together with an Adreno 610 GPU and 6GB of RAM, plus an extra 5GB of RAM expansion. In our experience, the day-to-day usage of this A76 is pretty decent. It can handle basic tasks like streaming, web browsing, messaging, and calling. However, launching apps and multitasking is quite slow. And when it comes to gaming, the phone can hold itself while playing Asphalt 9 on the lowest graphic settings. But don't expect to get a smooth performance, as the phone can stutter, especially when there are many things happening on screen. And even if that's not the case, the images being put out is still not as good as others. Well, this isn't a gaming smartphone after all. If you're interested in the benchmark scores that we got, check out our written review linked in the description box. Quickly on biometrics and security, you can unlock the device via facial recognition and the side-mounted fingerprint scanner. Surprisingly, both work fast and we have no complaints. As for connectivity, similar to its predecessor, it has the basic features such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, 4G LTE, and there's also an FM radio on board. Talk about battery, the device gets a large 5000 mAh capacity with 33 watts super VOOC flash charge. This device can last at least a day if you're not a heavy user and takes no more than an hour to charge from 0 to 100%. It's enough. If you're interested in the battery test results that we got, check out our article review linked in the description box. Now for cameras, unlike its predecessor that has a triple rear camera setup, this phone features a dual rear setup that consists of a 13-megapixel main and a 2-megapixel for mono. Meanwhile, for selfies, you get an 8-megapixel shooter. Checking out its quality in standard mode, daylight photos come out fairly good. The details are present while the dynamic range and color reproduction can be further improved. Also, the edge detection in portrait shots needs some improvement with the background blur. To get more vibrant colors, we suggest activating the AI mode. I mean, for this range, we're not really expecting a lot from its cameras, but they are deliverable enough. There's no ultra-wide and macro available here, but you can zoom in up to 2 times and up to 6 times, and for results, don't expect too much. Meanwhile, for low-light shots, the details are okay, but with a lot of noise and can be blurred sometimes. It's still usable, yes, but it needs just a little tweaking in a photo app or editor. Flipping up front, selfies under direct sunlight have tendencies to become overexposed. But with proper lighting and focusing, selfies may appear fantastic. We get great details and colors. You can also use the beauty mode available, but you might want to customize it quite a bit. As for videos, you can shoot up to 1080p and as expected, quality is so-so. It's also noticeable that it lacks some stabilization, so better use a tripod or gimbal. Okay, to wrap this review, let's talk about the price. At 11,999 pesos, this OPPO A76 seems to be quite a downgrade from its predecessor, the OPPO A74. That one had an AMOLED display, an in-display fingerprint scanner, and better cameras in general. But if you don't care about those features, this phone gives you a better processor, a stylish design, and of course, faster charging thanks to its Super VOOC charging support. It's not that bad. We can recommend it as a secondary work phone for calls or messaging. And yeah, that's it for this review, guys. Will you be getting this phone? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay safe.